My name is Greg Early. I am the battalion commander at the University of Tennessee's ROTC program. Recently, we held the third annual Mountain Man Memorial March in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Mountain Man March is a 26.2-mile march through Gatlinburg and the Smoky Mountains that commemorates our fallen comrades. We originally started it to commemorate a man named Frank Walkup, who was a graduate of the program. He died in 2007, and in 2008 we held the first annual Mountain Man Memorial March. That year we had about 100 people come out, throw on rucksacks, which is the military version of a backpack, and march 26.2 miles with about 35 pounds in their backpacks. Over the past 3 years, we've seen this event grow from a small event taking place on a weekend in Gatlinburg to a much larger event that encompasses the majority of the city and veterans organizations from throughout the region. The Gold Star Mother aspect has changed the race a lot. We see teams coming out to march in honor of these people, and it really brings a new meaning when your team of 5 people is walking with a gold star strapped on your backpack, and the story of the person that gold star represents in your backpack. It really makes you think a lot more about what you're doing. It really gives you a lot more of a drive to finish the race. Throughout the race, you'll experience, or I experienced a wide variety of both physical and mental states. This year, I competed as an individual for the second time. The first year we did it, I competed as an individual, and last year I competed as part of a team. Last year, when I marched as part of a team, I think it was a very different aspect. It was a lot easier, I think, mentally, because you had 4 people that marched with you the whole time, and so you were able to, if you were feeling unmotivated or you felt like you really wanted to quit, you had 4 people that were able to help you to remember that you still had to finish the race. Marching as an individual has its definite ups and downs. As an individual, you're not held back or pulled forward by a team, so you can march faster if you want to, which in my case I was able to. At the same time, you're alone for about 6 hours on the race, which is definitely a different aspect. Even my first year when I did it, I stuck with a team. I marched the majority of the race with them. So I really didn't feel the individual aspect. This year was quite different. I marched pretty much in isolation for the majority of the route. Throughout the course, like I said, you feel or experience a lot of different physical and mental stresses or rigors. I'm
feeling good. A little tired. My feet hurt.
Blisters?
Oh yeah. I can't really run anymore, but I mean I'm gonna finish out.
Yep.
Not quite as fast as I was hoping, but definitely gonna be finishing.
In the very middle of the race, there's a huge hill, and I hit it, and I was alone at the bottom, and I was alone at the top. So I was going up this massive hill by myself, and so I really had nothing to push me or pull me up the hill. So I think it was a lot more difficult, that part, than last year. I think the hardest part of the race for me, though, came about 5 miles after that hill. I had finally caught up with about 4 individuals who were marching, and they had been way a lot farther in front of me, but they had taken a break, and so I caught up with them.
4 individuals?
4 individual reps.
Whew. Yeah, I was hoping for a little bit less than that. I'm not stopping. I'm just grabbing food and going.
When I caught up with them, I felt a lot better because I had somebody to talk to on my left and right. But about a mile after I caught up to them, they started pulling away, and I just could not keep up. And after they pulled away from me, it was about 2 miles after that I really felt like that the race had become a lot more difficult, because I had gotten used to having somebody next to me, and then when that got taken away, it made me start to lose a little bit of my focus. But shortly after that, it came to a different part in the race where I knew exactly where we were, and I knew exactly how much I had to go. And I felt like I just got received a boost of energy just because of probably what I was eating, or just the state of knowing that the majority of the rest of the route was downhill. But right after the demoralizing part of losing people walking next to you, I got a boost, and so I was able to speed up a little bit for about a mile, and then I was able to coast pretty much in Gatlinburg and to the finish line. At the finish line, I met the Gold Star mother, who I was sponsored by. I was carrying a Gold Star in recognition of her son. And as soon as I crossed, I was able to put down my rucksack and go over and meet her. I hadn't had the chance to meet her the night before, and so I was able to meet her and tell her that her son had crossed the finish line with me. And just that experience, I think, was very emotional for both of us, because without the motivation of knowing that you had to finish the race with that Gold Star, I think it would have been a lot easier to quit. And so I felt like it was very important for me to finish, and I wanted to make sure that she knew that. And so I told her that her son had really carried me the last 6 miles, and he did. The memory and symbolism of carrying a fallen comrade really did help me push on to finish the last 6 miles.